Iron ingots are one of the most important items in Minecraft, used to craft beacons, rails, hoppers, minecarts, cauldrons, pistons, you get the idea. And in my quest to build the best Minecraft world ever, I need a way to basically get infinite iron ingots. So yeah, and I may have gone a tiny bit overboard with this one. So let's go. In the last episode, we built this factory here to get us some more basic items. And with this and all of our other farms, building this next farm is going to be so much easier. But first, we need to solve a problem from last episode. We still need a return piston bolt here for our subway connection to the perimeter where we're gonna build the iron farm. So, let me really quickly, boop. And boop. Okay, now we can go build the farm. And here's the plan. The build will be in 3 parts. Part 1, the base. Part 2, the farm itself. And then part 3, the spire, which will be the final piece of the build. And oh boy, does it look crazy from my initial designs. So make sure you stick around until the end of the video to see the entire build. Also, I have a big announcement that I'm excited to make a little later on, so stick around for that as well. Anyway, let's get started with part 1, the base. The base is pretty self-explanatory. Just a nice looking spot that we can put the farm on. This cold and flat sea lantern slab is kind of ugly. So what if we put a big circle in the middle and then have 4 staircases going down on each cardinal direction, and then we cover the rest of this in grass and forest. Yeah, I think that'll be good. Now I want the walls of the circle to be made of stone, and then the flat part on top to be made of grass. And then I don't know, maybe we'll replace it with something better later if I have a better idea when we actually build the farm itself and the spire. Okay, and I don't know exactly how many items I'm gonna need. What was that? Was that a goat? Wait, where is this goat? Wait, he's below me. He's trapped. We have to free him. We have to free him immediately. Dude, what are you doing down here, bro? Come on. Let's go. Let's get you out of here. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Come on. All right, you're free. You can live here, but under one condition. All right, listen, no eating the floorboards. Okay, you can just stay there. All right, anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and grab 5 shulker boxes of stone bricks, and then 5 of stone stairs, 5 of stone slabs, 5 of chiseled stone bricks, and then 5 of normal stone. And then finally, we'll grab 1 choker box of just glowstone. Okay, so I'll find the exact middle of the perimeter, and we'll build the circle from there so my OCD doesn't tweak out. Well, shit. The perimeter is 300 by 273, so it's actually not a perfect square. And these numbers aren't divisible by 2, so this is the closest to the center I could get. So, yeah, just don't look at it too hard when I build it, and we should be fine. Anyway, looking at the perimeter from above, I think a radius of 80 blocks should be long enough. So I'll start by building a stone circle out from here to make sure we get the shape right. Yeah, this looks good. Now, every few blocks, I'll run up these little pillars by, I think, 8 blocks. Actually, let's do 7. Remember, there's gonna be like at least 1 block of dirt on top of this layer here, so I kind of have to account for that when building this wall. So I ran these little pillars around the entire circle. Okay, now for the details of the wall itself, every one of these little sections is going to be like a repeating pattern that goes all the way around. So I'll fill the backside out with stone, put a stone brick outline on top, slabs here, and then I grab some fences and some lanterns, and we'll put a line of fences here with a lantern in the middle. And that looks good. Now we just repeat this pattern all the way around the wall, just like with the pillars. All right, this looks real nice. Now, lastly, I'll put a little rim of glowstone around the top here, just like so. All right, and now we just need to fill in this giant space with grass blocks. That's gonna be a lot of grass blocks. So I've got my trusty Silk Touch shovel. So let me really quickly destroy some of the environment and get a bunch of grass. And now we just fill in this giant circle. Okay, this looks good. And the farm is gonna sit right on top of this green part here, of course. Now I'll go ahead and do staircases so we can actually access this base without having to fly up there. And I'll do it on the 4 cardinal directions, so north, south, east, and west, and like the middle part here. We'll throw in some lanterns and some spruce fences too. And now we just repeat this all the way around in the other 3 spots. All right, and that's the base mostly done, but I don't want it to just be sitting here with this ugly flat sea lantern pattern here. So like I said before, we're gonna cover this place with an entire grassland area and then put like a forest on top. And maybe a waterfall, maybe a stream, a couple other details. And so I am going to need a ton of grass blocks. I think I'll mine up dirt and grass because I'm pretty sure as long as I'm exposed to sunlight, all the grass will spread to the dirt blocks and I won't have to manually mine it all out because it is annoying constantly going for the top layer of grass. So I'll just load up on a little bit of both grass and dirt. Then I'll grab some bone meal and some saplings from my storage. And finally, I'll get some normal stone and some ore blocks so that I can add a little bit more detail to the environment. Okay, so to make the grass look a little bit more natural and not just like a slab of super flat, in the middle closest to the base of the farm, I'll have it be a little little bit more flat. And then as we get closer to the edges, I'll slowly build it up into small hills and then maybe like a almost mountain-like structure in each of the corners. That way, instead of feeling like this place was Superman made besides the big white walls, I can make it seem a little bit more natural and kind of blend into the environment a bit more. So I'll make a little outline with the blocks first so I don't misplace a bunch of blocks and then have to remove them because that would take forever. Okay, I think this looks good for the middle. Now for the edges, I went ahead and took some schematics of normal Minecraft mountains to make it look a little bit more realistic. And I also went ahead and added some snow on top as a little extra detail. And we're done. And I think this turned out pretty good. We got cliffs, the snow, the fresh grass, and it smells nice. Now, like I said, I use like normal Minecraft generation with schematics to make the mountains in the corners, but I really want to get good at terraforming myself so I can more easily realize like whatever vision I have for when I'm building. So if you guys got any good tips for terraforming, let me know in the comments, because if there's one thing I am absolutely garbage at in this game, it's terraforming without help. Anyways, now all that's left to do is fill this place out with grass and make a forest. So what I'll do is I'll make a greater density of trees closer to the edges of the mountain, and then it'll be a little bit more scattered and open, kind of like an open field near the base itself. Of course, I'll use bone meal to speed things up, and with 100 million trees placed and grown, voila, the base is done. What do you guys think? You guys like it? You're gonna be living here for eternity, trapped forever. So I hope you like it. Anyway, with part 1 complete, we are now 33.33333% done with the entire project. And now it's time to move on to part 2. The farm itself. Now, this farm is a little bit different than ones that I've built in the past. If you've been watching for a while, you may remember this monster that I built for that giant iron pyramid last year. And this thing made a ton of iron, more than I would ever need, obviously. But the issue was that, well, first of all, it's gigantic, so it took a million years to build. And second, there were way too many villagers that even with my pretty beefy PC, my game still turned into a slideshow whenever I was near it. So to solve those two issues, I'm gonna be using a portal-based farm. And the design I'm gonna use is not only significantly easier to build and significantly less laggy, but also is way more efficient and obviously smaller. So just like with everything else, first we need to get the blocks, and there is literally only 6 items we need. First being 2 shulker boxes of obsidian, which is completely free thanks to the obsidian farm. Then we need 2 shulker boxes of smooth stone slabs, once again completely free thanks to the stone farm. Then a shulker box of glass, which I think I definitely have in storage, yep. And then 1 shulker box of white concrete, and 8 shulker boxes of beds, and then finally 1 stack of soul sand. And we're also gonna need water eventually, so I'll grab some buckets as well. Okay, then we need to find the middle of the base, which I think is right here. Then we build up 13 blocks, and then we need to build a portal frame that's about this big, and then we need a 1 block gap with some kind of solid block that things can spawn on, and then we build another portal just like the one before, and then we just repeat this 4 more times until we have a row of portals like this. All right, this looks good, and it's all centered. Now on each corner we put a little 3x3 glass platform like this, and then we put some beds on top like this, some more glass above it, and then leave a gap here in the glass. This is where the villagers are gonna sit, and there's gonna be 3 in each cell, obviously. Cover it with slabs on top, and then that's gonna be repeated on all the other corners, and then right across here in between the cell that's gonna be here and here, we need to build out a smaller cell, and this is where the zombie is going to sit on top of this piece of soul sand. And what will happen is he'll be bouncing up and down on top of this piece of water, and that will constantly scare the villagers on each side, making it so they will be constantly summoning iron golems that will spawn in here, and then when the portals are lit, they will be teleported to the nether instantly, which will make it so they can summon the iron golems way faster than if we were to kill them by dropping them into a lava pit or something. And once we get the villagers and zombies in, that's literally the entire farm. So now all we have to do is build this little cell here all the way up 18 more times. So, speedrun time. And while we build this up, I'll tell you guys about the announcement that I mentioned earlier, which is that I started a second channel. I wanted a place where I could make videos about literally anything I want outside of Minecraft, be it games I'm interested in, random stuff going on the internet, or just anything I want in general. And Wilds 2 is the place for that. Super creative name, I know. And the first video, which I've already uploaded, is about a game that's kind of similar to Minecraft that I've been playing a lot recently. So if you're interested, go check it out. Links in the description. And if you're not interested, well, subscribe anyway. I'd really appreciate it. Okay, that's the outside of the farm done. Now, before we load in any of the villagers or zombies or anything like that, okay, hold on, give me 1 second. Now, before we load in any of the villagers or zombies or anything like that, we need to build the killing chamber in the nether, because once this thing gets loaded up and all the portals are lit, it's gonna automatically start working. So I don't wanna be pouring iron golems into the nether without a place to go. So we need to go to the middle, which I think is right here. And we need to write down these exact coordinates. All right, with those coordinates divided by 8, that is this location here in the nether. And to make sure I have plenty of space to do this, I'm gonna build up into the air a little bit, and we'll build a portal right here. All right, so we'll light the portal, but I don't want to go through it yet. Let's go back to the overworld and light one of the portal arrays there, and if everything's done right, they should link up and we should be good. Okay, we'll just use this array at the bottom to test it and go through here. Moment of truth, and yep, we are good. We're all good. We're all good. All right, now we just need to build the killing chamber and all of the storage. And I gotta do this right, because if iron golems start pouring out and getting all over the place, I'm gonna have to manually kill them all, and I could definitely see that backfiring and ending the entire hardcore series. I'd rather not do that. So let's get all the materials we're gonna need for the storage. Starting off with 14 stacks of hoppers, 10 stacks of gray concrete, 8 stacks of redstone dust, 7 stacks of chests for the storage itself, 4 stacks of black stained glass, and then some pistons, some repeaters, some ice block, and some buttons. Okay, now first we need to build a little glass box around the nether portal here. All right, and ideally what I wanted to do is a little technique known as portal slicing, which is where you build some kind of machine that suppresses the game's updates. So when you remove the bottom layer of obsidian, the portal remains intact. And what this would do is basically when the iron golems come through, they would just fall down into the lava. But in the latest versions of the game, this technique is pretty much impossible. So instead, what I can do is I can put trapdoors at the bottom of the portal here, and then we extend this back by a few blocks. And then in this little room, what we'll do is we need to put a zombie here. And then because the trapdoors are face down, the golems will see these as normal blocks that they can just walk on, and they will see the zombie, try to chase after it, and then because they're folded down, they'll walk over them, and then they'll fall down, and we'll be able to burn them in the lava. Now, you may be wondering why I even need this. Like, won't the iron golems just get stacked up and then push each other down? Well, no. If I don't have this, this is what it looks like. Yeah. They don't go anywhere, and eventually their portal cooldown timer resets, and then they get sent back to the farm in the overworld, and the entire system just gets completely stuffed up with literally hundreds of iron golems, which is a disaster to fix. So this strategy has proven to work. I've tested it a couple times, so it should be good. Now all I need to do is get a zombie with a name tag in here. And what I think I can do is I can build a little staircase from up here all the way down to the ground. And then if I build a ladder up here, I should be able to get a zombie to follow me to the roof. All right, let's give this a shot. I got a name tag. I just need to find a zombie, preferably close to the portal. Here we go. Perfect. All right, come on. Follow me, bro. Oh no, not the baby zombie. All right, come on. Don't hurt yourself, please. Come on. I know you can climb ladders. Let's go. Come on. Oh my God, the idiot. No! All right, let's try this again, please. Come on. All right, dude, please. Climb the ladder. Come on. What is this pathfinding? Where are you going? Oh my God, bro. Now you go up the ladder? All right, fine. Whatever works. Keep going up, please. Yes. Okay, don't come back down. Please don't come back down, for Christ's sake. All right, come on. All you gotta do, this is really simple, Mr. Zombie, okay, is don't fall off these stairs as we're walking up. It's pretty simple. We'll just take him to the top, give him a name tag, and we should be good to build the rest of the storage. Okay, we did it. Nice. Now when the iron golems come through, they'll see him, chase after him, and fall to their deaths. And I swear to God, I did a bunch of testing, and I know iron golems have pretty crazy range sometimes when it comes to hitting things, but they should not be able to hit him. And if they kill him, that's gonna be pretty annoying, but I don't think that's gonna happen. So we should be good. Anyway, now we can just go ahead and build up the rest of the storage, starting with the killing chamber first, which is just a bunch of lava with some signs at the bottom, and then a pushing mechanism that will sort them into these chests and all of these shulker box loaders. So let's quickly build all of this up. Very simple redstone, nothing too complicated. All right, and that should be the nether side of the farm pretty much done. Golems come out there, fall down here, items get pushed along this track and stored into shulkers, which we have more than enough of. So we should pretty much be good once we put all the villagers and zombies in on the other side to have infinite iron forever. And I added some extra things for in case piglins or slime ever spawn, because there are some slimes that end up spawning in the overworld side that I wasn't really supposed to happen, or that wasn't really supposed to happen. So if they ever squeeze in here, we'll get an extra couple of slime blocks eventually, or slime balls eventually. And you know, I really feel bad for the shulker sitting at my shulker farm right now. Because I'm using shulker boxes in pretty much all of my videos recently, or every time I build a farm, the shulker down there has been getting pummeled with snowballs by all of these snow golems for at least 60 hours in the past week or so. But you know, he deserves it. He knows what he did. Anyway, with the nether side done and the storage ready to go, we should be good to start up the farm. So what I'll do is I'll load all of the villagers in there and then light up all of the portals and then load in the zombies. And what that should do is make it so we don't have iron golems spawning before I light up all the portals. But I need an easy way where with the push of a button, I can scoop up villagers and zombies in a minecart and then drop them off very neatly and very consistently in those cells. Because if you guys have ever moved mobs around, you know it's kind of annoying to get them to go where you need them to go sometimes. For the villagers, this is pretty easy. There's already a built-in mechanism for this where I just push this button, and when there's minecarts in there, it'll scoop one of them out and then send them off to wherever we need them to go. But for zombies, this is gonna be a little bit harder. So I rubbed my two brain cells together really hard, and I built this zombie storage system that essentially works the same way as the villager one. And voila, we're done. Now, this seems like a lot, but it's actually really simple. Basically, all I need to do is find a zombie, lure him up these stairs, and then push him in like that, and then give him a name tag. And then with these dispensers under here, we'll be able to shoot out a minecart and send it on this path to be put into the farm. So now all I gotta do is wrangle 37 more zombies. So yeah, let's try to do this without dying. All right, now that we got all the zombies and our villagers have been breeding over there, we can start loading up the farm. I can use netherrack as like a temporary block to put rails on since it's super easy to break and we have like a ton of it. And then on top of each cell, I'll build a little box with an activator rail so when a villager or zombie hits it, it'll knock him out of the minecart and it'll go straight into the cell. And to make this quick and easy, after the first cell, I'll build a path to the next one, and then the next one, and the next one, and we'll just build this tower all the way to the top. Okay, so we got the loading system all built up. Now we just dish out 3 villagers at a time. Let's see if I can do this in one go. So 1, oh, that is not supposed to happen. There we go. 2 and 3. Okay, now I gotta run. Quick, quick, quick. Oh yeah, we got plenty of time. The rail's long enough that I'm able to get back really easily. Okay, so this guy goes in, push him in, break this, jump, boom. Okay. No! Oh, there we go. No! Wait, they take damage. Is that bad? Wait, hold on. Google time. Does villagers taking damage stop them from spawning iron golems? Jesus Christ, I typed like a 4th grader. Wait, hold on. If the village's original iron golem is killed, a new one cannot spawn unless all of the conditions are met. Therefore, a small village does not regenerate. Wait, what? Oh, this is for Bedrock Edition. I'm retarded. Okay, I'm not seeing anything for Java Edition. So that 1 point of damage took should be good. He'll have a sprained ankle, but I think it's fine. Okay, now go in, please. Fall down. And then we simply remove this block, put a rail, go to the next cell, and then do the same thing again. Return the old minecarts, of course. 1, 2, 3. No! Oh my god, wait, hold on. Oh shoot. I need to take away this rail. Oh man. Okay, wait, do I kill this guy or how do I? Oh, you know what I can do? Okay, walk this way. Come on, please. Hey, listen, it's this or I execute you, man. Walk across here or you're getting the axe, bro. Oh, you want to jump up here? Oh, okay, so you want to just not do what I say, right? Okay, this is your last chance. Okay, I hope you learned your lesson, idiot. Okay, oh my god, you've got to be kidding me. Okay, I have to remember to remove the activator rail so we don't have that problem. Let's try this one more time. Let me also change this into a normal rail so that the minecart stops when it gets here. I can destroy it, push this guy in, and then push this last guy in. Okay, so that seems to be really easy. Building this whole array was actually a good idea. I don't know if any of you have built iron farms, but loading the villagers in and the zombies in is definitely the most annoying part of these types of farms. So if you ever want to build an iron farm and you feel like overwhelmed or that the task of loading the villagers in is too daunting, just experiment and creative a little bit, build up a little array like this to easily slot them in, and it's super easy. Trust me. Listen, you can do anything, bro. You can do anything you put your mind to. Now, all I have to do is that little process every time, all the way up until we're done. So let's grind this out. I'll put on a movie to watch while I do this. Make it go by a little bit quicker. Just pressing that button and doing the same little process over and over and over. All right, we got you, and then your last buddy. Your last buddy is finally here. I have been here all day doing this, babysitting these guys coming up these ramps, but we are finally done. One thing I didn't anticipate was the extended length of time that would slowly increase as I worked my way up this tower, since there's more ground to cover for the rails. So I thought this was gonna take me like, 2 hours max. I've been here for 8 hours, but I'm playing a video game, so I'm happy and I'm having a good time. All right, anyway, now that we're done and we have the villagers in, we can light all the portals. Okay, now for the zombies, we just have to rebuild the exact same loading system, but this time it has a little bit of shielding on the sides and the top, of course, to protect them from burning, and also to protect them from any iron golems that might end up spawning as we're bringing up the zombies, because I don't want them killing them when I'm trying to load them into the system. All right, so let's do this whole thing one more time. Again, using netherrack because it's really easy to break and very abundant. All right, and we should have the final zombie loaded. Yes, and we are done. Had to retroactively add a little more shielding because we had a couple incidents, but this still didn't take anywhere near as long as the villagers because I only had to set up, 1 to each pod, and there's only 2 pods per layer versus 4. So now all we have to do is remove this entire thing. Make sure I do the shielding on the zombies last so the golems don't kill them. And with that, the farm is done. Now let's go to the nether and check it out. Make sure it's working. And just like that, they are flowing in. They come through the portal, they see the zombie, they chase them, and then they burn. Nice, okay. Should probably turn on the storage system so that we can actually store all this iron. And with everything seeming to be working, that concludes part 2. And now we can finally move on to part 3, the most important part, the spire. Now, my idea for the spire, as you can kind of tell from the picture there, is a kind of alien piece of technology that's kind of like using interdimensional travel to farm the iron or something, I don't know, or something like that. I know, it sounds totally epic. So there's gonna be 2 sides to it, obviously, since we have the portals, the overworld side and the nether side. And let's build the nether side first, actually, because obviously it's gonna end up being a little bit smaller, but the overall style is pretty much the same. So for the items, I'm gonna need 2 shulker boxes of gray concrete, 2 of stone, 2 of obsidian, 1 of quartz blocks, 1 of white concrete, 1 of wool, 1 of sea lanterns, and then I need some smooth stone, some andesite, some light gray concrete, some stone stairs, and some carpets. Okay, that should be everything. Now I'll start from the inside and I'll keep it pretty simple with just some quartz and sea lantern. And then on the outside, it'll look a little bit more rugged with the obsidian and the purple glass, going for that kind of nether portal theme. And I angled the walls down to make it appear a little bit more modern and sleek. And finally, in the middle here, I'll put a little iron ingot icon. And with that, the nether side is done. And I think it looks pretty good, but it's still pretty mid compared to the spire in the overworld. So let's go get the materials for that next. First of which is 4 shulker boxes of stone, and then pretty much just a bunch of the same items that we got for the nether side, but like 5 times the amount. Look how easy it is to get all of these items now with all my farms. Everything except for, I think, the cyan terracotta and the andesite is all completely farmable now. All right, anyway, we got everything, so now let's get building. So the spire is essentially just 4 prongs that reach into the sky. So first we have this kind of iron and quartz base at the bottom to connect those 4 prongs. And then I'll build up the first one so you guys can see what it looks like. And I'll have these iron support beams at the bottom to kind of fill out and connect all 4 of them. And that's the first one done, and I think it looks pretty good. There's a little problem with iron golems spawning on it, but let's build the other 3 and then we'll see about fixing that. Also, I filled out these areas with pressure plates here because hundreds of slime kept spawning on them, and it was extremely annoying to build around. So let's do these other 3 and we should be all good. And just like that, this looks fantastic. We got iron golems flowing in, and our new farm is finally done. And finally, our old perimeter doesn't look super ugly anymore. Thank God. Now, like the video and subscribe to the channel, or I swear to God, I will kill my horse. I swear to God, I will. I'll do it.